See for your bone. This is the one in white. That's the first one which shows the leukemia, and this is the second one which showed that you still have the leukemia. But anyway, I just highlighted some of the parts, so you can just make sure you keep this for your records.
You don't want to hold it? You haven't looked at it, Mom?
No, I didn't. You just brought it.
Okay.
So you guys have questions? Ask them. No, 'cause he
So
has-
the options that we can,
Well, again, because if you look at that the white report, I kind of highlighted the parts which show that the leukemia that you have is very aggressive. Okay. It's very difficult to treat, but we went ahead and treated it anyway. Okay, but
yeah.
so just want to. This is one part with these three lines. Okay. So what makes it aggressive is your chromosomes. That's your genetic material. So women should be 46XX, meaning you have 46 chromosomes, and you have XX. That's what makes a woman, right? Those are your genetic material. We look at the genetic material in the leukemia, and you see
Oh, yeah, you have that.
you actually not the 46XX. It's 43 to 49, and all these things that up here. For example, addition 1q, addition 2. That means that you have that those cancer cells have extra chromosome 1 because you have chromosome 1 through 22. Extra chromosome 1, chromosome 2, 4, deletion of chromosome 5, addition of another chromosome 5, 6, minus 7, minus 9, that's deletion. Delete, 6, 10. I mean, this is quite. All these mutations, basically anything more than 2 is considered bad. You have, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's like almost 17 mutations or these changes in the chromosome. So that means that this cancer is very much mutated and it's very aggressive. So that's bad. It means that their chance of responding to chemotherapy is quite low. But we tried it anyway.
Yeah.
And then when we did that second biopsy, what you're supposed to see is basically less than 5% of that leukemia remaining. That's what you expect. But you're at 35%. So there's still plenty left. So the chemotherapy really did not work, and so that's why I really don't recommend you doing a second chemotherapy because it's very unlikely to work. I mean, you had kind of a low chance to begin with. We tried and we demonstrated that it's just your cancer is just very resistant to treatment.
And so with the bone marrow, what is your chances with that
Bone marrow, what?
transplant?
Okay, so the transplant requires that you be able to spend more than 50% of your waking hours on your feet. So let's say you're awake for 16 hours and you sleep for 8 hours. You have to be able to stand on your feet for at least 8 hours a day. And that's a minimum requirement. So right now, obviously, you can't get a transplant. If you do physical therapy and you you lose weight, you get your strength back, and you're able to stand and do that kind of exercise, then you could be eligible for a transplant. But what that requires is that you fly to the mainland, right, to that transplant site. They start to search for a stem cell donor from across the country. But they'll look at your family first, but they may not find one. After that visit on the mainland, you come back. We do more chemotherapy, and then when they get that donor, you have to fly back up to the mainland with a caregiver, and you spend 3 months to 4 months up there for the transplant. And that transplant has the potential to cure you, but it's not guaranteed. It's probably like about a 50-50 chance of a cure with this type of leukemia. But right now, there's no chance you would be able to get a transplant now. Now, if you were able to, walk around, spend time on your feet. What I probably would recommend is that you actually move up to the mainland so you can get chemotherapy and then get a transplant right after that. You can get the process of getting a stem cell donor while you're up there. But it's really difficult to do chemotherapy here and then have you
Fly
get up there
and come
in
down.
time for a transplant. Because because the reason why they have this thing about being on your feet for 50% if you're waking out is because that kind of is a sign of how good your heart is and your lungs are and whether you can tolerate the transplant. Because when you look at a transplant, maybe about 15% people die within that first month just from the transplant. So you have to be pretty healthy to do it. So right now, based on this, I don't recommend any more chemotherapy. What we could do is, once you're well enough to go home, we could give you like low dose chemotherapy in the office, which is not going to cure the leukemia. It's just going to kind of slow it down. But I don't recommend doing the same thing that we did before, this kind of high dose chemotherapy to kind of cure it. I don't think it's going to be cured. Yeah.
What you wanna do, man? What you wanna do?
Gotta try. Get her walking and moving around.
No, she would have to see
Has physical therapy come and seen her to help with that?
Yeah, they
facilitate
come.
Yes,
that?
yeah.
No, but when she's home, she gonna have to.
Yeah, that's where we jump in.
She gotta not smoke and all that. And
Yeah.
no, because her knee hard. Because her knee, yeah.
Yeah, and also the smoking is no good. That will make you ineligible for a transplant. You have to show that you have no tobacco or alcohol in your system. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So, I want to be realistic that the chance of you getting to a transplant is pretty low. But if you do get well enough and fit enough to do that, then we could talk about it. But over the past 2 weeks, I don't think there's been too much progress though in terms of your exercise.
What about her weight? Did it go down?
I'm not sure. I
Oh.
asked the nurse about that.
thing is that I take my weight, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Weights from the bed.
Right. Well, that's the best that they can do.
Yeah.
So, Doc, so what do you recommend though for her in her state and just
Well,
what you see?
not too much. It's just because now your blood's low from the chemotherapy, you just have to wait. It'll be about another week and a half or so. If the blood count comes up, then you're able to go home. But it'd be good if you're able to walk around at home. So that's the first step. You have to be able to walk, and then you can do the physical therapy and get stronger, so you can spend half of your waking hours on your feet. That'll help you lose weight, and if you quit the smoking,
Oh, yeah.
No smoking.
that will all help.
So in terms of the timeline to when she needs to lose the weight and whatever, well, what's that?
But, well, it has to be pretty soon because this leukemia is,
Aggressive.
it's still there. I mean, it's